People talk about the Philippines like it's a background character in Asia, a pretty but simple place, a land they think they already understand. Ask around the world and the same lazy answers come out. Oh, that's the country with beaches. OFWs, right? Isn't it like a mix of colonizers? There's not much to know, I think. One foreign traveler even said to me, "The Philippines? Beautiful smiles, but nothing special." Nothing special. That's when I realized something. The world has not just underestimated the Philippines, it has completely misread it. So today, we are done playing small. We are done being polite. We are done letting the world stay blind. Because there are 15 bold reasons why the Philippines is one of the most misunderstood, most extraordinary, and most underrated countries on Earth. And once you hear them all, you will never look at the Philippines the same way again. Let's start. They said Filipinos don't have real languages. They all just speak English. They don't have a deep culture. The Philippines has more than 170 living languages, some older than the nations that judge it. A linguist once scoffed, "Their languages can't be that advanced." But the truth is, Filipino languages carry ancient poetry, complex honorifics, and unique grammar systems. Many Filipino languages, like Ilocano, Cebuano, and Waray, developed without European influence, proving that Filipino identity existed long before outsiders arrived. "Your ignorance is not our history," a historian once said. Which Philippine language do you speak? Let us know below, too. People think Filipinos have no ancient writing. Filipinos didn't write anything before Spain. They had no script. Filipinos wrote in Bayanihan, a beautiful script used for poetry, trade, and love letters, and it survived centuries of attempts to erase it. A Spanish friar once wrote in disgust, "These natives write like they have their own civilization." He didn't realize they did. Bayanihan wasn't lost because Filipinos were primitive. It was removed out of fear. Fear of literacy, fear of identity, fear of power. But today, Bayanihan is rising again. Ink by ink, letter by letter, pride by pride, be. They said Filipinos copy Western music. Filipinos only copy American singers. Filipinos don't copy, they outsing. A music producer in Los Angeles once said, "Every Filipino I audition sounds like they trained in heaven." From Arnel Pineda joining Journey, to Filipino kids going viral for hitting impossible notes, to choirs winning global awards. The Philippines is not following the West. The Philippines is producing voices the world can't explain. Singing is not a talent. It's a cultural heartbeat, a gift passed down through joy, suffering, and resilience. 4. People think Filipinos are just friendly. Filipinos are friendly, and that's it. Filipinos created Bayanihan, a value so strong, entire communities move houses, literally, to help one family. A traveler once said in shock, "You mean strangers help you for free?" Yes. In the Philippines, kindness is not a smile, it is a force, a muscle, a superpower. Bayanihan is why OFWs survive loneliness, why communities rebuild after storms, why Filipinos rise again and again. Because here, no one fights alone. They say Filipinos only borrow culture. They had no technology, they were simple. Filipinos sailed barangay boats, engineering marvels made without nails, so well built that replicas still float today. One archaeologist whispered, "These boats were centuries ahead." While other nations stayed inland, Filipinos were mastering seas, forming trade networks, and building a maritime culture that still shows in festivals, crafts, and coastal life. The Philippines wasn't discovered. It was already connected to the world. 6. They think Filipinos are always late. Filipinos run on Filipino time. Always late. Filipino rescue teams are known worldwide for speed, coordination, and courage, consistently ranking among the most effective disaster responders on Earth. A Japanese volunteer once said, "Filipinos arrive before the fear does." Filipinos understand disaster deeply, yet instead of breaking, they built the systems to save others. Filipino time? When lives are at stake, Filipinos are the first to run into danger. 7. People think Filipinos don't innovate. What big invention came from the Philippines? Filipino inventor Gregorio Zara created the video phone decades before Skype or FaceTime. A Western engineer once said, "Wait, this was Filipino-made?" Yes, and it's only one example. The Philippines also produced the first weather tracking system in Asia, the karaoke machine, the lunar rover prototype. Filipinos don't shout about their genius, they build quietly. But brilliance doesn't disappear just because the world ignores it. 12. People think Filipinos lack discipline. They're too relaxed, no discipline. Filipino peacekeepers serve across UN missions, often sent to the most dangerous zones because of their courage and calm under pressure. A commander once said, "If you want steady hands, send the Filipinos." Discipline is not coldness, it is heart under control, and Filipinos have mastery of that. 13. They think Filipino food is simple. Filipino food, isn't it just rice? Filipino cuisine is a bold mix of Malay roots, Spanish influence, Chinese technique, and indigenous creativity, creating adobo, sinigang, sisig, halo, dishes copied around the world. A chef once admitted, Filipino food is the next global wave. Just because the world didn't pay attention doesn't mean the flavors weren't extraordinary. 14. They say Filipinos are always leaving the country. Filipinos work abroad because they have nothing back home. OFWs run hospitals, ships, schools, companies, quietly, skillfully, powerfully. A European nurse once whispered, "Our hospital collapses without Filipinos." Filipinos abroad are not running away. They are lifting two worlds at once and carrying families on their shoulders. 15. The final fact. They think Filipinos are weak. Filipinos break easily. Filipinos rise from ashes with a smile, rise from storms with a joke, rise from loss with a song. A volunteer after typhoon, Yolanda said, "I came to help them, but they helped me stay hopeful." Filipinos do not fight because they never fall. They fight because falling never stops them. Strength is not loud. Sometimes it looks like a neighbor handing you food after a flood. Sometimes it looks like a child laughing beside ruins. Sometimes it looks like a people who refuse to let sadness have the final word. And that unbreakable heart, is the ultimate proof the world needs to see. So now you know, the Philippines was never small. The world's vision was a nation called simple, turned out to be complex. A nation called weak turned out to be unbreakable. A nation called ordinary turned out to be extraordinary. 15 reasons, 15 truths, 15 proofs that the world underestimated a country it never truly understood. And the lesson, when you finally open your eyes, you stop underestimating people and start respecting their story. Because the Filipino story, it is not a footnote, it is a force, and it is only just beginning. And after everything we've uncovered, after every hidden truth, every overlooked triumph, every moment where the world underestimated them, one thing becomes clear. The story doesn't end here. Because every culture has a heartbeat, but only a few have the courage to rise even when the world doubts them. Only a few stand tall when they're mocked, and only a few turn silence into strength and challenges into legacy. If this journey opened your eyes, if it made you proud, inspired, or even shocked at what the world never tells you, then don't let it stop here. There are so many more stories the world tries to ignore, so many more moments of courage, brilliance, and culture that deserve to be seen, heard, and celebrated. So if you want more powerful documentaries like this, more underdog victories, more cultural truths that the world needs to hear, then hit that subscribe button and join us here on Holistic News Expo. Because this channel isn't just about watching stories, it's about reclaiming them. It's about revealing them. It's about giving every forgotten hero their voice back. So subscribe now, and I'll meet you again in the next story the world never thought you'd hear.